It's a new year, and thank you. So, another special message from my office on what's happening with real estate and mortgages. And I know you guys are always interested. So, and I also appreciate all the feedback that I've received over the last little bit. So, it's January 2023. You want to pay special attention to this message if you are planning on buying a house in 2023, are going to be renewing their mortgage, or looking at clearing off some of the high interest debt that you may have. So those people who are renewing their mortgage are clients, or even if you have like a friend or a family member who had their mortgage isn't at our office or is with a bank and they're getting frustrated, please have them contact us. So here's a tip. We have had several clients benefit from contacting us early. Usually, like our office will contact you 6 months before the mortgage comes up for renewal, and we'll send you these annoying emails to say, contact us. We're not doing it for our benefit, we're doing it for your benefit. So when you do contact us, what we'll do is we'll ask you to update your mortgage application and we'll secure an interest rate for you. Now, usually what happens is we can secure an interest rate for 120 days. But the 6 month period is really a great kind of time slot to be thinking about this, because sometimes it makes sense to renew early, especially in an increasing rate environment. And because we always offer you personal advice, remember, not we can't sort of do a blanket statement for this for everyone, but what I can tell you is contact us early. And then I've had a lot of questions that say, okay, well, if I lock in an interest rate, let's just say rates go down, can I get that lower rate? And it's absolutely true. Once you're in our system, what we do is on a weekly basis, we look at all the mortgages that we're working on. And if there's an opportunity to lower the rate, we will lower it and then send you a text and say, hey, we got you a better rate. But what that does is that guarantees you a rate, and it won't be higher. So that's just a couple of tips if your mortgage is coming up for renewal. Pay attention to those messages. Again, if you have a friend who hasn't used us in the past for a mortgage, that's okay. We'll be able to help them too. For those of you who have been frustrated by the real estate market and were wanting to purchase in the last couple of years, we have had many people buy houses, because what we're seeing, especially in Ontario in the area, listings are coming up right now, and I know economists are going to be paying attention to this, but we have had lots of people put offers on houses. Like if you have good income stability and a decent down payment, now might be the opportunity for you to get into the housing market. So, for example, I just spoke to a woman who was pre approved for a mortgage back in, I think it was June 2021. And at that time, she could only get pre approved for a purchase of about 450,000, and she wanted to look at condos. So she contacted us, and obviously, back then, if you were putting an offer on a house for 450, probably the sales price, the final sale price would be something like 550 or 600. Now we've got her mortgage purchase pre-approval updated. She made a little bit more money and had a little bit more down. So we've got a pre-approval ready for her to go for 500,000. So it's gone from 450 to 500,000. But now she can look at properties for 500,000, and she may not have to pay 500,000 for them. Probably get it for 475 or 480. So again, don't get discouraged. And then for those of you who are buying and selling, especially if you are thinking of upgrading, I've had lots of clients who are owning condos and wanting to move into a detached house. Don't be discouraged that the value of your condo has gone down, because the value of detached houses has gone down, but proportionally more. And the main reason for that is there's always good and high demand for condos and townhouses because they appeal to first time home buyers, real estate investors, and seniors. I think I've shared that with you before. So, again, even if you're wanting to upgrade, your house will be worth less, but now you might actually be able to get into a detached house. So, just some ideas for you. We're always looking for opportunities to share with our clients, and I'm also sharing with you what we see in our office. The other thing, the last point I wanted to make is we've had also several clients contact us in January who wanted to clear off some high interest debt. Now, one of the things that they were talking to me about is they have a really great 5-year fixed rate mortgage at 2.79%. And they were worried about losing that interest rate. And they had about $80,000 worth of high interest or unsecured debt, like credit cards or lines of credit, that they wanted to consolidate into their mortgage. And they were some of their children were going to need braces too. So they wanted to get some money for that as well. And, they worked in the hospitality industry. And we know that in the last 2 years, that industry has been very temperamental with employment because of the pandemic. So the really cool thing is that we were able to get them a blended interest rate. The rate did go up to 3.99%, but we ended up saving them about $1,200 per month in monthly debt obligations. So not only were they able to clear off some of the high interest debt, we got a little bit of extra cash for some higher purchases that they were going to need to make in 2023, and they didn't need to get the higher interest rate. We offered them, we were able to work with their existing lender to offer that blended rate. So these are just some of the ideas and some of the things that we're helping people with right now in our office. We're always here to help. Please use us as a great resource and have a great start to your year.